armour, by its very nature, is there to take a beating. Without it, soldiers are exposed to blaster bolts and bits of shrapnel alike. Yet it also represents its user like any other piece of clothing, which is why Darth Vader's suit was always pristine despite the Sith Lord's various scuffles. Boba Fett, on the other hand, well, let's just say his armour was far more battered. Having assumed the mantle of his notorious father, Boba Fett earned the title of Best Bounty Hunter in the entire galaxy. He did so by developing his own code of honour throughout the years, and while he only accepted certain assignments, he dedicated himself to those few with fanatical skill. His cool and calculating demeanour, even behind a micro-binocular viewplate, more often than not gave him the edge in combat. But what truly allowed Fett to bring in so many seemingly impossible marks were his various tools and gadgets. Whether it be disguised armaments in the Slave One, or concealed darts and spikes in his knee plates and boots respectively, the bounty hunter combined the element of surprise with deadly firepower. So much so that even his jetpack, which utilised a jet jumper system for both short flights and last minute escapes, could be fitted with either a missile or a grappling hook projectile. Sometimes, however, Fett had to completely forgo stealth, especially when it came to major demolition jobs. For example, an antiquated multi-detonator allowed him to tear entire starship engines into tiny fragments. Atop Boba Fett's reinforced double-layered flight suit and energised blast dissipation vest lay battered plating from his prior encounters. The armour itself was patched together and modified in memory of his late father, and its rather worse-for-wear nature continued the legacy of the Mandalorian warriors. He also chose to carry trophies from his previous hunts, such as braided Wookiee scalps, as well as a Journeyman Protector honour sash. Yet we've merely scratched the surface of Fett's full arsenal and gadgetry, for he also equipped a survival knife, a sonic beam weapon, an AE-3 blaster rifle, a targeting rangefinder, a motion and sound sensor system, an internal comlink that allowed him to summon the Slave One from a distance, insulated gloves with armour mesh, a wrist gauntlet capable of firing both darts and flames, a utility pouch, and shin pockets containing anti-security blades. Speaking of which, these sophisticated electronic instruments could defeat fence fields, alarm systems, and magnetic locks alike, doing so through intense harmonic interference waves. Fett would predominantly wield them individually, although using several in conjunction afforded him a safe anti-security field for secret forced entries. Moreover, a false iPad easily bypassed retinal scan locks, whilst a false touchpad clamped over touchprint devices to simulate the bioelectrical field and fingerprint of nearly any individual. An ion limpet homing beacon, by tuning into the galactic holonet, also gave Fett the ability to track spacecraft throughout the galaxy. Technology to one side, it was Boba Fett's cunning and intellect that truly gave him the upper hand in combat. These traits were instilled into him at an early age, all thanks to his Mandalorian heritage and, of course, Django. But which of the two aforementioned bounty hunters do you deem the most skilled? Let me know in the comments below. If you've learned something new from today's video, be sure to leave a like. To help out the channel that's a little bit extra, please do consider pledging to our Patreon page. And for all things inside Star Wars, press that subscribe button and notification bell. Thanks for watching.